So we see this clown, Senator Godswill Akpabio, at Geneva. It's more than a bit ironic, since Senator Godswill Akpabio shaking hands and smiling in Geneva, parading himself on the global stage as a statesman. Back home, however, he's being anything but diplomatic. This is the same man who orchestrated the suspension of a fellow senator because she accused him of sexual, harassment, Akpoti-Uduaghan, and because she dared to speak out, silencing her voice for 6 months. He and all his other charlatans who are there, that supported this kind of injustice, because she spoke out, silencing her for 6 months without due process. Now he is posing abroad as a champion of justice and democracy. What a shame. The hypocrisy couldn't be louder. Yes, it is loud gone, and as a result of that, Senator Godswill Akpabio, I pour you spit, poor. It's a classic Nigerian political theatre. They are brutal at home, but they behave polished abroad. But no matter how far he travels, the stench of injustice travels with him. So, the confused individual, Ned Nwoko, ran to the Police Inspector General of Police to report Sowore for cybercrime. Can you just imagine that folly? All because of a social media jab in 2025. That's like bringing a cutlass to a meme war. For a man with multiple wives, yes, so many wives, and supposed wisdom because he's an old man, Ned clearly missed the memo. Political criticism isn't a felony. It's free speech. He has to know that we're in a free world and we're in 2025, not 2005. You don't file police report over digital embarrassment. You should know that also. Maybe next time, instead of crying cybercrime, you should consider logging off and kicking his ego in peace. Because honestly, the only crime here is Ned's ignorance.
This so-called billionaire Ned Nwoko went to the Commissioner of Police of FCT, the Federal Capital of Thieves, to go and say that I insulted him in Sahara reporters, that I'm stalking him. What they don't even know is that the cybercrime law has been amended and signed last month. So the section that affects me has to do with pornography. Am I a pornographer?
Talking about another confused individual, the Inspector General of Police, Egbetokun, is doing a really bad job at the top. And this is why Adeyanju called him out. When promotion in the Nigerian Police Force starts to look like a tribal census, the system is rotten to the core. Deji Adeyanju didn't mince words, and frankly, neither should we. Inspector General of Police Egbetokun is turning the force into a regional boys club, not a national security institution. What's the point of uniform when the merit is buried under ethnic bias? The police is fast becoming a caricature of itself. Incompetent at justice, but highly efficient at nepotism. If tribalism is the new promotion policy, then Nigerian security is not in safe hands but in tribal pockets, and therefore the Egbetokun that we know, who is supposed to be retired, should just finally retire, because Tinubu is doing a bad job there, leaving a man that has spent over 35 years in the service when there are other competent
people,
want
to rant about,
to do the job.
It's a shame. The most useless and incompetent Inspector General of Police that we've had in a very long time. Look at the recent promotion that just happened. The guy practically promoted his immediate staffs, his aides, his errand boys and errand girls, and has been alleged, he even promoted people based on ethnic sentiment, tribal sentiments, and look at the level, the amount of people fighting insurgency in the Northeast, police officers in the North Central, even in FCT and other states. Nope, they were not promoted. This guy is destroying the institution of the police. Let's even take issue of police image, for example. Look at the exceptional police PROs that we have in Delta. There, Dafegai, Akwa Ibom, Kano, Enugu, Abia, Lagos, FCT, and Anambra. None of them, not even one, was promoted. Not even one. But he promoted Muyiwa. Why will you promote Muyiwa? What has Muyiwa done? Aside violating and abusing people's rights, arresting people for criticizing the police, criticizing the IG. the IG of Ngbati running a police force of Ngbati.
So these clowns, the NDDC, do not understand that we all know that Akpabio was once the head of NDDC, and Akpabio has gone there now to be looking after buttocks in the National Assembly, suspending fellow senators, and they are telling the youth now to be positive agents. Has Akpabio been a positive agent? Is Akpabio a good role model to the Nigerian youth? Nigerian youth are sick and tired of all these old people coming to tell us how to live our lives. Meanwhile, they are hypocrites who do not even live by the examples they set. They fly their children out of the country and tell the same youth to live as positive agents. When election comes, these same youth are given weapons to go and be buying one another, all in the name of supporting politicians that will still frolic together. Shame on them. I mean, how positive can youth be in a country that is almost seen as a failed country, where hunger has become the order of the day? You want them to become agents or positive agents while your children are frolicking, with white people abroad schooling there, like Wike's children. So NDDC, Niger Delta Commission, or whatever your name is, please make that make sense. So this clown, confused individual and a hypocrite, whom I see as one of the king of deceivers, in Rivers, Bright, Amaewhule, he comes out to say that Fubara's reception at the airport is divisive politics. This man is the President General of the Grassroots Development Initiative, an organization set up to promote Wike and things related to Wike. Wike that is, a storm that never ceases, a bulldozer without break. Now, Bright Amaewhule faulting Fubara's airport reception is peak political comedy. Yes, I say that. A governor returns to his state and gets a warm welcome from his people, and somehow that is a problem for people who I describe as lunatics in politics. It's laughable that Amaewhule, a loyalist of Wike, suddenly finds public joy offensive. When the same crowd hails Wike, it's grassroots love. But when Fubara is celebrated, it's a threat to peace. This hypocrisy is glaring. You can't beg people for peace talks with one hand while throwing jabs with the other. Amaewhule's tantrum isn't about peace. It's about losing political relevance in a state that's clearly moved on. Because in the end, they may have the federal power, which Wike has, but in the end, the people love their governor. And if this man Fubara knows what he's doing, before 2027, he could turn things around and be the one that will have a upper say with Tinubu supporting him, because definitely Tinubu would not want to lose Rivers State. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I remain your boy Ernest Omosupe Adebayo Okoje. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Signing out. Peace.